Hold up, hold up, hold up. It's that boy G Plans. Don't give a damn. He cooler than a fan. Walking real tall. Some say he's a man.
Okay, okay. Now I want to go to the hip hop. All right. It started in Brooklyn, right? That's when hip hop started.
Nah, man. That's whoa. I think you trying to trip me up.
I did.
Nah.
I did.
You know, look, man. The hip hop culture started in the Bronx. You know, you'll have people argue. Nah, the Bronx wasn't the first rap. They'll pull up some dude in the 70s. I mean, some dude in the 50s chatting over some gospel music and everything. That's where rap started. Nah, man. You know what I mean? Because if we start doing that, then you got to go to Africa with people banging on the bongos, chatting. Hip-hop culture started in the Bronx. Graffiti, breakdancing, spinning on the boxes, wordplay. Yeah. That started in the Bronx. They could knock it off. We know that. The whole culture of hip-hop, graffiti and all that started in the Bronx. Okay. Now, other boroughs came and took it to the next level, got involved, took it to the next level, but it started, that's the mecca of hip-hop. I don't care what nobody said.
Okay. I try to trip you up there. Any prominent names in the Bronx that came out of there for people who probably don't even know?
I mean, a lot of scientists, a lot of people like that I can name a lot, but if you're talking about artists, man, you pretty much know, man. You got your Fat Joes, your Krs-Ones, your Jennifer Lopez's, your Cardi B's, your Grandmaster Caz, the Cold Crush, the Furious Five. You know, but then you got Slick Rick. People want to give him to London, but he was raised in the Bronx. He claims the Bronx. You got Wesley Snipes. He's from the Bronx. You know what I mean? It's a long list. I could go down a bunch of people from the Bronx, but you know what I mean? It's a long list, man. A lot of people start in the Bronx. Stan Lee. Yeah. The inventor of Spider-Man and all them DC. Yeah, Stan Lee's from the Bronx.
Now I remember at one time Krs-One.
Al Pacino.
They talked about the South Bronx, right? Mm-hmm. Like has it ever during that time, like has it ever had that competitive moment? We Queens, we Brooklyn, we this and that in the rap culture with you guys growing up?
Yeah, it's still there. Mm-hmm. It's still there. It's still a camaraderie. Even if you went to Rikers Island or you go to jail, you kind of gravitate towards your borough. Or some Bronx niggas, or some Brooklyn niggas. Still to this day, you know. Look, man, it was instilled in me. My aunt lived in Brooklyn, right? Yeah. My aunt lived in Brooklyn, and my father, it could be 3 o'clock in the morning, they playing cards and spades, drinking and shit, and he got to drop my aunt off from the Bronx to Brooklyn. My father would stop at the Brooklyn Bridge and make her get out and get a cab. And I'm taking the ride with him, just to take the ride. And I used to be like, Dad, why we can't just take her all the way home? He'd be like, need a passport to go to Brooklyn. We don't go to Brooklyn, right? So, point of the matter is, his own sister, he put in a cab at the bridge because he don't want to go to Brooklyn. And that shit is instilled in us from kids. So you'll meet Brooklyn dudes that's like, go to Bronx for what? It's dirty, it's burned down. You niggas go to Brooklyn for what? Ain't nothing there. You know what I mean? So you always had that. And it's still there. It's still there somewhat. You still, I still, young lady I was with wanted to go look at some apartments in Brooklyn. I was like, nah. Nah, man. Well, we can go to Westchester, Jersey, but I can't live in Brooklyn. That's not where I'm. And it was funny because we were all meeting in Manhattan. Manhattan was the Mecca. Harlem, Manhattan is a Mecca for all the boroughs to meet, whether it's 55th, whether it's Times Square, you know, go down there and you know, that's where we all either clashed or just that's where we all met. It's always Manhattan. So I always call Manhattan Mecca because all the boroughs come to Manhattan.
Shout out to New York, man. I want to ask you about this, man. Deja Vu, bro. You and Lord Tariq had a record. Mm-hmm. It was a good time in hip hop for me. I had to go back and do a little research or whatever.
Very good time.
What was the atmosphere like in the city when you guys made that record?
It was a good feeling for that record because it was, for one, it was genuine. Two, it was a street record. People think now, it's a crossover pop record. Go listen to the lyrics. It's a street record about New York, about the Bronx. So it was authentic. It came out of time. Rest in Peace, DMX came out, and we was going against the grain of what was going on at the time. Puff, and it's not a hit at Puff, but Puff and them had commercial game and the smash and the hate. Nobody was trying to hear hardcore or street stuff at that time. Not like that. Puff had it, you know, Mason had it in the chokehold. So then people was ready for that change, and we came with that and DMX. A couple hard joints came out that year, but that record was bigging up all the boroughs, bigging up New York, but really breathing life back into the Bronx in terms of, yeah, but if it wasn't for the Bronx, because the Bronx didn't really have nothing. You know, of course we had Joe holding it down. We always had Krs-One holding it, but we really didn't have a lot to be proud of. You had Jay-Z and Biggie and Nas and Wu-Tang out in Staten Island, and you even had on the outskirts the Locks and different people just popping, and the Bronx was quiet. So that record came out and gave the Bronx a reason to be proud, happy, and just when that came out, and we didn't. That's not what we did it for. I did it just to big up the borough, the Bronx, and you know, of course, shout out all the boroughs, give them their props. Yes, you know what I mean, and everything I said in there. Yeah. Brooklyn niggas ain't scared to shoot. You know what I mean? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, I meant that shit.
Yeah, straight up. Like, and was it always music first for you?
Always. I'm a musician first. I played drums as a kid. Then I started picking up other instruments. So I consider myself a musician first. Even when I rap, I write in terms of rhythms. And that's how my son Corey raps. It's in turn, we hear rhythms and we write words to the rhythms in our head, or whatever instrument is playing in that beat, I write to it. Yeah. Sometimes it could be too intricate. It could be too much for a hit record because people want to hear the ABC 1, 2, 3 shit. So sometimes we're a little too advanced, a little too intricate with our wordplay, and that stagnates you. But I couldn't imagine trying to dumb down for any reason.